The film Sunshine, set in the mid-21st century, presents a dystopian vision of a dying sun and an Earth plunged into a perpetual winter, with life threatened with extinction. Humanity's last hope lies in the Icarus II, a spacecraft on a mission to reignite the sun with a nuclear bomb. What are the limits of human endurance and the sacrifices we must make when faced with the potential end of civilization? Let's find out. Dr. Robert Capa, the mission's physicist, calmly outlines humanity's last hope. Reignite the failing star with a massive stellar bomb, the payload of Icarus II, Earth's final gamble. The film then shifts to inside Icarus II, revealing the crew's day-to-day operations. The ship is a marvel of engineering, a microcosm of Earth's last-ditch efforts to preserve life. We're introduced to each member of the crew. Captain Kaneda is the seasoned commander, a man of few words whose decisions carry the weight of the world. Mace, the headstrong engineer, ensures the ship's integrity, often clashing with others due to his abrasive nature but being respected for his skills. Corazon tends to the oxygen garden, the ship's life support. Searle, the psychologist, monitors the crew's mental health, observing their reactions to the prolonged exposure to space and the overwhelming proximity to the sun. Cassie, the empathetic pilot, maintains their course with steady hands, while communications officer Harvey and navigator Trey round out the crew, each displaying their own concerns about the mission. Their operations are disrupted when Icarus II detects a distress beacon, a signal from Icarus I, the first mission sent to the sun that disappeared 7 years prior without a trace. The revelation of Icarus I's signal sparks a debate among the crew. Should they stay their course or divert to possibly recover another bomb, giving humanity a second chance if their primary attempt fails? The psychological repercussions of coming across the lost ship intrigue Searle. Mace stands as the voice of reason, focusing on the mission parameters and the inherent risks of deviating from their path. Capa, driven by the logic of having a backup for their critical payload, argues that the risk is worth the potential reward, and it's decided they will alter their trajectory to intercept the Icarus I. The course is set, and the Icarus II veers towards its sister ship's last known location. In a moment of horrifying realization, a slight miscalculation by Trey is made known. The ship's massive shield, which protects them from the sun's radiation, could be damaged, jeopardizing not just the mission but their very lives. Captain Kaneda makes the call. He and Capa will go on a spacewalk to repair the damage, a dangerous operation with the sun's immense power bearing down upon them. As they step out into the abyss, the rest of the crew supports them from within, their lives hanging on the delicate threads of technology and human courage. Captain Kaneda and Capa, in their spacesuits, venture outside the ship to repair the shield. The mission is fraught with danger, as they will be operating within mere minutes of exposure to the sun's intense radiation. Meanwhile, a solar flare strikes the ship's oxygen garden, jeopardizing their breathable air supply. The repair operation is a success, but at a cost. Kaneda, with a leader's resolve, ensures Capa's safety at the expense of his own life, showing that this mission, this last hope for Earth, will demand their all and more. The crew is left to process the shock of their captain's sacrifice, their morale shaken as they face the daunting reality of their mission's risks. Following the traumatic loss of Captain Kaneda, the crew of the Icarus II is overcome by profound grief, with each member struggling with the weight of their captain's sacrifice. With Icarus II irrevocably damaged, they are now forced to journey to the eerie Icarus I's to continue their mission. They dock with the eerie ship, its corridors and chambers dark and cold, a stark contrast to the blaze of the sun outside. The crew, suited for the unknown, ventures into the ship, led by their curiosity and the hope of finding another bomb. The ship's interiors are a time capsule. The last moments of the Icarus I crew are eerily preserved. The air is thick with the tension of what they might uncover, and the unease of walking through a space that has witnessed unknown horrors. They find the oxygen garden overgrown, a jungle of green amid a metallic tomb, and nature persisting in the unlikeliest of places. A message from Commander Pinbacker starts playing and creeps the crew out. Then came the most chilling discovery: the charred remains of the previous crew, positioned in a haunting display within the solar observation room. It's a grim scene suggesting a collective suicide, a decision to face the sun's full destructive beauty rather than endure the psychological torment of their failure. This revelation shakes the crew to its core. Psychologist Searle, already deeply affected by the extended space travel and the effects of the sun, seems particularly entranced by the scene, drawn to the burnt figures in a way that worries the others. An explosion occurs, and Icarus II is decoupled from Icarus I. Amidst this chaos, the crew seemingly has no way back to the Icarus II. There is a way back, but it requires someone to stay behind. Searle, increasingly obsessed with the sun's power, opts to stay behind for the critical moment. Kappa, Mace, and Harvey attempt the jump flight to Icarus II, but Harvey is lost. Surrendering to the sun, Searle allows the full radiation of the sun to consume him. While on Icarus II, Trey is found dead, an apparent suicide due to his guilt over the navigation error, and the crew realizes something has followed them back. Captain Pinbacker, the sole survivor, believes the mission is meant to fail as a testament to God's will, has snuck aboard the Icarus II. Pinbacker has sabotaged Icarus II's mainframe, and Icarus is shutting down and not responding. Corazon is in the oxygen room investigating life support. She doesn't realize Pinbacker is in the room with her. He emerges from the shadows and impales a knife in Corazon's back, killing her. Mace has realized that the mainframe has been sabotaged by Pinbacker and struggles in the sub-zero coolant to fix it. Mace and Kappa are at the forefront of trying to complete the mission and the confrontation with Pinbacker. The conflict is not just physical but ideological, with Mace representing humanity's tenacity and Kappa's rationality clashing against Pinbacker's deranged nihilism. The ship becomes a battleground for survival, both against the dwindling life support and the threat that Pinbacker poses. As Mace struggles to restore the damaged systems, Kappa focuses on the task of getting to the bomb. The stakes could not be higher. They are not only fighting for their lives but also for the future of the sun and by extension Earth itself. Mace has sacrificed himself to ensure that Kappa and Cassie have a chance to complete the mission. Kappa ejected his and Cassie's part of the ship, where the bomb is located, towards the sun. Kappa, now the torchbearer of hope, finally reaches the payload delivery room and engages the bomb, but not without a final confrontation with Pinbacker. The struggle is visceral and symbolic, occurring within the very heart of the mission's purpose. The two men grapple in a space where time seems to elongate, surrounded by the surreal beauty of the sun's surface, an inferno of creation and destruction. As the bomb detonates, the screen is bathed in blinding light, the silent explosion a reverent pause before the sun's resurgence. Kappa, in his final moments, witnesses the fruition of their sacrifices, the rebirth of a star, and the renewal of hope for Earth. He and his lost comrades have become more than astronauts. They are the bearers of life's continuance, their legacy outshining the darkness they ventured through. Back on Earth, in the snow-covered Sydney Opera House, Kappa's sister and her children witness the astonishing sight of the sun brightening. The frozen world begins to thaw, signaling the dawn of a new era and signifying hope for the future of humanity. We hope you enjoyed this movie summary, and if you want to learn more about the plot, we encourage you to watch the complete movie. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate you watching.